Someone once said, if your voice is loud, some people will listen. But if your message is strong, everyone will pay attention. Hi everyone, welcome Tat Channel, and today I have an inspiring story for you.
One quiet afternoon, a young boy looked up at his father and asked, "Father, how much is my life worth?" His father smiled, but didn't answer right away. Instead, he went inside the house and returned with a smooth, shiny stone. Handing it to the boy, he gently said, "Take this stone to the market. Sit quietly, and if anyone asks for its price, don't say a word, just hold up two fingers." The boy did as his father instructed and went to the market. After a while, an old woman selling vegetables noticed the stone glistening in his hands and asked, "Child, how much for this stone?" The boy remained silent and held up two fingers. The woman nodded and said, "2 rupees. "I'll take it." Surprised, the boy didn't sell the stone, but ran back home to tell his father. His father simply smiled and told him to take it to a jeweler's shop, the jewelry store. The jeweler's eyes widened as he examined the stone. "This is a fine gemstone," he said. "If you want to sell it, I'll pay you 200 rupees." Shocked, the boy rushed home again. But his father encouraged him to take it one step further, this time to a market where rare and precious stones were sold. There, a wealthy merchant caught sight of the stone and immediately approached the boy. "I'll pay 5,000 rupees for this." "No, 10 euro, he exclaimed, stunned. The boy hurried back to his father. But once more, his father sent him out, this time to the city's Grand Museum. As soon as the museum curator saw the stone, he gasped in astonishment. "Where did you find this?" he asked. "This stone is priceless. I'll pay you 200,000 rupees for it." Now overwhelmed, the boy returned home, his mind racing. He looked at his father and asked, "Why did this stone have a different price everywhere I took it?" When the boy returned home after taking the stone everywhere, his eyes were filled with confusion. At the market, it was worth only 2 rupees. At the jeweler's shop, its price rose to 200 rupees. At the gemstone market, it suddenly became 10,000 rupees. And at the museum, it was considered a priceless treasure. Unable to comprehend, the boy looked at his father and asked, "Why did this stone have a different price everywhere I took it?" His father placed a gentle hand on his shoulder, his eyes filled with warmth. With a soft voice, he said, "My son, just like this stone, your worth is not fixed. It depends on where you place yourself and the people around you." He continued, his words slow but deeply meaningful. "If you surround yourself with those who fail to see your value, they will treat you like the stone at the market, cheap and ordinary. But if you place yourself in the right environment, where people recognize and appreciate you, your value will rise just like the stone in the museum." The boy fell silent, absorbing his father's words. He had never thought of himself that way before. His father smiled and gently ruffled his hair. "Never let others define your worth. If you ever feel unappreciated, don't assume you have no value. Sometimes you're just in the wrong place. Choose a place where you can shine, where the right people will see your true worth." At that moment, the boy finally understood. A person's value is not determined by how others see them, but by where they choose to stand and how much they believe in themselves. The boy quietly stared at the stone in his hand, but this time, he no longer saw it as just an ordinary rock. It had traveled through many places, valued from just a few rupees to being considered priceless. Yet, one thing became clear to him. The stone itself had never changed, only the way people perceived it had. His father spoke gently, his voice deep and comforting. "Like waves lapping against the shore, my son, in life, there will be times when people underestimate you, misunderstand you, or even disregard you. But that doesn't mean you have no worth. It only means you might be in the wrong place." The boy looked up, his eyes now shimmering with newfound understanding. His father continued, "If a simple stone can be seen as priceless when placed in the right hands, then so can you. You don't need to change yourself just to please those who fail to see your value. Instead, seek the places where you can shine, where the right people will recognize you for who you truly are." The boy tightened his grip around the stone, feeling its warmth in his palm. For the first time, he realized that his worth wasn't determined by others, it was determined by how he saw himself. His father smiled and spoke his final words. "Life isn't about waiting for others to acknowledge your worth, it's about recognizing it within yourself. If you want to be valuable, keep learning, growing, and improving, but most importantly, place yourself in the right environment, among the right people. Then, you will no longer doubt your value." You will know with certainty that you are worthy." The boy looked at his father, then at the stone once more. But this time, he no longer saw just a stone. He saw himself a person of great worth, simply on a journey to find where he truly belonged.